Lewis Art for The Ring magazine. Always a pleasure to be joined with Jack Catterall here on Fight Week, ahead of a massive fight for yourself against Ekow Essuman, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, undercard of Eubank Jr against Conor Benn. Look, Jack, first thing first, how's things? How have you been?
Yeah, things are very good. Buzzing to be down here now for Fight Week. Massive fight Saturday, so been preparing well, training hard, and it's Fight Week now, so I'm buzzing.
Yeah. For fights like this, and look, you're always buzzing to have a fight and always good to be in a big fight, but when you look at the occasion, for someone like yourself who's been in undisputed title fights, high pressure fights before, does the occasion really matter to you, would you say?
You know what, this is special. I guess it's another tick off the box. I've never fought in a stadium before, and we all seen the first fight how big and important it was for boxing, and British boxing especially. So to be co-main event to such a great fight at a stadium, it's a dream come true. And
when you look at occasions and events like this, at this point in your career, you're mature, you've had a lot of fights now. Do you still sink it in? Like, how do you deal with it now at this point where you're like, is it just strictly business on Saturday, would you say, or is that important?
It's strictly business, but you've got to take time, I guess, to take it in and appreciate the magnitude of the event, the occasion. So I remain focused on my fight on Saturday, but at the same time, you have to take them small breaks to realise what you're involved in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, obviously taking on Ekow Essuman. I think for myself, I actually tweeted a couple months ago being like, look, I want to see Catterall fight Essuman. So good to see it on this card. But yeah, excited, I guess, to be in there on Saturday with someone that is going to come forward and I guess bring a fight to you. Yeah,
of course. Ekow's a great fighter. We've seen him fight I've watched his last couple of fights, but I think the last fight was frustrating because I'd worked so hard and we had Harlem Eubank and he didn't really come to fight and he made it quite an awkward, messy fight. Got a nasty cut, but I think Saturday we're going to see a complete performance. I think Ekow's the perfect opponent at this stage of my career. He's going to come. I've been preparing well, so I anticipate a good one Saturday.
Yeah, do you feel like this is a fight where the styles complement each other well, would you say?
Yeah, I believe so. Ekow, we've seen him fight, he comes forward, he's tough, he's got a great engine, hence the nickname, but I think our styles are going to gel good on Saturday.
How frustrating was it after the Eubank fight, I guess, when it's fair to say, obviously, you took a bit of criticism from that. Was that a frustrating thing for yourself when we talk about complementing styles?
Yeah, listen, I don't put all the responsibility on Harlem, but at the same time, he didn't come to fight. He was lunging in with his head. I found him very amateurish. It wasn't what we anticipated. I looked at his last performance against McKenna where he come to fight, but he didn't seem to want to do that. We got the win nonetheless, but it was frustrating. I got a big cut. I had to have plastic surgery after the fight, so it was a worry that I was going to be kept out the ring for quite some time, but luckily they've done a good job and I'm back Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And when fans in general would have this narrative about you that, particularly your fights aren't exciting, is there subconsciously in your mind that you want to make things exciting, would you say?
I wouldn't say I want to make things exciting. Of course you want to entertain the fans. My style of fighting is my style of fighting, very clinical. Don't take a lot of punches and beat them well, but we've made the adjustments. As everybody knows, I've got a new training team now, so fresh set of eyes, and I'm feeling good, and I think these styles, like we said, are going to gel well Saturday.
Does outside noise, do you get frustrated by outside noise, would you say? Or the narrative that people may have about you? Or do you even really care, would you say?
You know what, you've got to take in some consideration. The fans are coming to watch your fight, and I believe I've put on some good fights over the years. There's been one or two performances where you would probably say underperformed, but yeah. Again, that's on me. I've took myself out of my comfort zone. I've been away training, preparing hard for this fight.
Yeah, well, let's get on to that. Yes, moving to Philadelphia, training there now in the dungeon with Bozy. How have you found that? How's that experience been for yourself?
It's been refreshing. Been over there now for quite some weeks. And like I said, a fresh set of eyes, a new environment where, not that I wasn't, but I got to be on point every single day. I'm surrounding myself with different people, and I've just been training hard, and there's been nothing else on my mind other than preparing well for this fight.
Yeah. Has it been hard being away from family though as well?
Yeah, it's been so difficult. I've got a young family at home, so but I think, again, you've got to make these sacrifices, and that's kind of fuel to the fire come Saturday night.
When you look at the fighters in the gym, obviously not just yourself, you've got Jaron Ennis there, Stephen Fulton, Andy Cruz. Do you feel like you've seen a benefit almost from not being the man in the gym, I guess, that you could say?
Yeah, of course. It's refreshing to be in a gym where, like the fighters you've just mentioned, and I've nothing else to do, so I'm staying in the gym all day and watching these fighters train and spar. Obviously, we had Boots fighting Lima a couple of weeks ago, so it was nice to kind of see his final preparations for his fight, and just being in a new environment and picking up new things.
What's it like being around Boots?
You know what, and I think anyone's that's seen him fight, but especially being in the gym and watched him train, unbelievable fighter, and somebody that you can watch and definitely learn from.
Yeah, and just on Boots there, I know your manager Sam Jones said a story about sort of your first couple of days against in Philly was training with Boots or sparring Boots. How was that experience? Like, what was that like? Was that a shock to you? Would you say?
You know what? It was and it wasn't. You go there and preparing for a fight, so you anticipate to spar and work with people, but it was a privilege. I was honoured to be called up to get in the ring and do some sparring with him. I think we did 2 or 3 spars before his fight. Unbelievable fighter.
Where did you think he ranks in terms of all the guys you've sparred, would you say?
You know what, I'd put him at number 1.
Really?
Yeah, it might sound cliche, obviously I'm training with him now, but I've shared the ring with a lot of good fighters, and he's definitely up there with the best of them. Yeah,
and I know you got your focus on, but like obviously he faced off with Vergil Ortiz on Saturday as well. That's obviously one of the best fights in boxing. How obviously you ideally think that he would get the better of Ortiz?
Yeah, you know what though, and I think somebody like Vergil will bring out a whole new animal in Boots. Unbelievable fight, and I think these are the fights that we want to see now. So obviously I'm in their team now, I'll be supporting him, but what a great fight for boxing.
Yeah, and I guess away from Philadelphia, having the decision to leave Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis as well, I think it come at a bit of a shock to everyone because of how close you was. When you have to make a decision like that, considering like a strong relationship that you do have, how difficult was that?
It was such a difficult conversation. I think you've got to take the emotions out of it. And it was a business decision on my behalf. Difficult to make. You're at work every day. For the last 9 years I've spent every day with them guys, and they hold a special place in my heart still, but this was a selfish decision for me, for my career, my journey, and something that I stand on, and I believe I've made the right decision.
Yeah, good stuff. Look, Jack, appreciate the time as always, and all the best for Saturday, mate. Good to catch up.
Nice one, Liz. Thank you.